Welcome, welcome to CSL Visalia. Are you ready to have some fun today? Good. These people are, I need to work with you all over here. A little shy on the fun over here. So our goal today is to make Clark sad that he's leaving. That we're having so much fun that we just don't understand why he'd be willing to write a new chapter and to do a new thing. No, what we're really going to do today is to lift up and celebrate our appreciation for Clark. We'll be doing that in just a little bit. But right now, I just want to acknowledge that this is your first time at CSL Visalia, either live in the sanctuary or within the sound of my voice on the internet. Know that you are welcomed. Know that you are seen. Know that you are appreciated. And we thank God that you're here in the room today. So thank you for that. The other thing that I want you to know is that I acknowledge there are many places that you could be on a Sunday morning or doing what you're doing if you're listening to us on YouTube later in the week. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time to spend a little time with us. So with that, I am going to turn it over to Donna for some announcements and to hear what's going on at CSL Visalia.
Thank you, Reverend Jack. There's a chair right there if you want it. So welcome, everybody. It's nice to see some people we haven't seen for a while. And today is Birthday Sunday.
Oh.
Do we have any September birthdays? 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. Okay, so Kevin, where's 4? Up there. All right. All right. So Kevin, you have to play your own birthday song. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Oh, there's a cake there? I thought maybe these pies were the cake today. Okay. So there's all kinds of goodies today to enjoy. So before we start the announcements, I want you to look at some of this wonderful new art we have here. It's the Visalia Art League, which has revitalized itself and now has 81 members. And it was down to 1. And they revitalized it, and they're amazing artists. And people are always asking me about the collage up on the under the balcony there. You can't see it at home. But people think it's by Marjorie Brandon. It's not. It's by Ignacio Diaz, and the one that he is showing right now over here, the brown one, is also by Ignacio. He was a student of Marjorie's. And so we've wondered for so long, but last time Ignacio came here, he said, no, that's mine. The green one is his, and this beautiful brown one is also his. So I hope you'll really look at, there's the most gorgeous rose up in the front. You have to come in the front door to see it. So enjoy this wonderful art show. So let's go to announcements. Bring non-perishables. Our box isn't full yet, so remember, bring non-perishables. We need, yes? You got to come up.
No. People at home can't hear you.
No one at home can hear you.
All I want to know is, can I give money instead? Wouldn't they be able to buy more of those items that they need by doing that? Okay, that's what I was planning. Because I looked at the market.
So Bev is the one doing this. She says money is fine. You can put those checks in the box as well. And when we get it full, Bev is going to take it over to Foodling because the government is not giving out some of the cheese and other things that they used to give out. And so the food banks are needing more goodies. Okay. This is new, and I didn't get a chance to ask Reverend Jack, but are these books now in the library, these 3 books?
2 of them are. You want me to talk about them? Okay. So this fall, we are suggesting 3 books for your read. One, we have been reading from the Inside Out by the Reverend Dr. Andriette Earl. That's still available. There's a couple of copies of it in the bookstore if you don't have one. The other book that I want to talk about is a book by the author of Dan McClellan. We just had a robust discussion, at the end of our Let's Talk Science of Mind class. And oh, by the way, if you're missing that class, you're missing something. But it's because the Bible says it's so. And what Dan has done, he is a Bible scholar. He has like 2 doctorates in understanding how the canons of the Bible, those 66 books of songs, poems, and all that came together. And he debunks some of the most popular myths. And so we're going to be talking about that this fall in the Let's Talk Science of Mind class. And so that's available to you for the bookstore. What I have been able to do is to get some books donated to our bookstore. And what that means is when you purchase your book for a love offering in the bookstore, all that money goes to CSL Visalia. Now, our third book that we want to add to it is called Pivot Daily. And it is one of those great 365 daily inspirational type books. It's on back order. So hopefully next week it will be here and be in the bookstore. So that's about the books.
Thank you. And we're going to have bookmarks in them. And
yes,
you tear off a piece of the bookmark. It'll be in each book. And you give your love offering with that into the offering. And that'll be your donation for the book. But I think they're going to be fascinating, especially this one the Bible says. So I am definitely getting that one. So we'll be talking about these books more through the next 3 months. Peace Day is coming up. We've been getting some of the different ministers saying, yes, they will be here. We're going to call some more. And it's going to be a wonderful day. Last year it was wonderful. I don't know if any of you were here besides Gwen, but it was it was a glorious day. Okay, Carol and Bonnie were here. Thank you. And we had just different ministers and rabbis and whatever come up, say their peace prayer, and then we did it one after another. Then we had snacks and celebration. We sang the peace song. It was delightful, and it's on International Peace Day, which is celebrated, I guess, by the UN every year. So I hope you can come. It's Saturday, September 20th at 11 a.m. And we have to make more medallions. Oh, can you see the medallions here, James, on the wall? Yeah. So we've made some medallions. We're going to give out peace medallions. Last year we gave out peace poles. Do you remember those? We still have some around here. This year, and craft night, we are making these wonderful peace medallions. And so I hope you will come. We need more help. We need to make more. Wednesday night, 5:30 to 7:30, and all the materials will be here. You just need to paint, put goodies on, and do it however you want. You can tell they're all very different. So it's sort of a new tradition, I think, that we're going to have to come up with something every year to give out. But it's a neat thing to do. New class, The Essential Ernest Holmes, More Than a History Lesson. It's a journey through Ernest's evolving wisdom. It's going to be on 8 Tuesdays, starting September 23rd on Zoom. Instructors Jack Elliott and one of his trainees, I think. And the text is The Essential Ernest Holmes. I don't know if we're going to have that in the library. We'll have to find out. And it's a love offering. It's on Zoom. I think it'll be fascinating because Ernest Holmes is what we're all about. And I think we'll learn about it. So this flyer is on the back to tell you how that you register and get in. So I hope a lot of you will want to join and be part of it. Okay, today is our great farewell to Clark. And so we just want to remember that whether you brought food or not, we're going to have all kinds of food here afterwards. We're going to stay, talk to Clark, see what his plans are in France, and have a great time with him afterwards. So be sure to stay. Everybody stay and say hi to Clark. And one more thing. Today, we announced the baby contest winners. So we raised over 3,000. I don't know if you have an updated amount, but thank you to all of you who either put your baby in and did events and food or bought those things so that you could make some money. And Gwen is here to give the awards.
Thank you. So again, thank you to everyone who participated. I'm just giving out prizes to the first three winners, first, second, and third prize as always. And so our third prize winner is Rita Barron for her granddaughter, Zara. And our second prize goes to Donna Williams for her cat, Peanut Butter. Thank you. And this is just a little bit weird, but first prize goes to Gigi, and Peggy is going to collect for Gigi. So. Now, I just want to say one more thing before I give the mic back. Today is actually Gigi's birthday. And so Gigi is turning 3 years old today. And in grand style of CSL, she is blessed to be a blessing. So Gigi told me that she wanted to give something to everyone who participated. So over here, we have gifts for all of the contestants that were in the baby contest. And these are just birthday gifts. They're not for winning, they're not for anything, but this is just something from Gigi to say she appreciates everybody's attention, everybody's help, and everybody's participation. Thank you so much. And
thank you, Gwen. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Okay. All right, let's read our mission statement. Okay, our mission statement. Center for Spiritual Living Visalia is a place everyone comes together, connecting in love, and learning how to create abundant, joyful, and peaceful lives. Okay, that's it. All right, and I'd like to introduce the first song, Big Yellow Taxi.
They paid our price, put up a parking lot with a big hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paid paradise and put up a parking lot. They took all the trees and put them in a tree museum. They charge all the people $1.50 to see them. Well, don't it always seem the same that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? Pay paradise and put up a parking lot. Well, hey, farmer, put away that DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, but leave me the birds and the bees. Please, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? Pay paradise and put up a parking lot. Well, late last night I heard the screen door slam, and a big yellow taxi took off my old man. Don't it always seem to go that you just don't know what you've got till it's gone? Pay paradise and pick up a parking lot. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. Well, they paved paradise and put up a parking lot.
So you don't know what you've got until it's gone is not talking about Clark yet. We really appreciate him right here, right now. I'm going to ask Bonnie as she will come up and join me. I have her mic all ready, and I'm going to ask Bonnie if she will read our What We Believe statement that we are studying this week. And before you read it, Bonnie, what I'm going to suggest is come with us this fall. We are taking a deep dive into the 13 What We Believe statements that really kind of are the keystones to this faith, this philosophy, this way of living. You know, people came to Dr. Ernest Holmes and asked him to define what you all about. What is this philosophy called the science of mind? And Dr. Ernest Holmes came up with these statements, and one of the things that we have created for you all is called a Reflections Study Guide. It's a 90-day self-reflecting journal where you will get to look at the What We Believe statement, answer a prompt question as to what it might be for you, how you would interpret it. One of the things that I say, how would you explain it to a third grader? How would you put it in your own words so that you can really own it? And so I'm going to have Bonnie read this week's statement, and then we'll talk about it.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Okay, what we believe. We believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty. One absolute and self-existent cause. I can hear you. Thank you.
That's right. So with what you've just read, I want you to think about for a moment, how would I explain that to a third grader? One of the things that came up, and I used as an example in our class, a dear beloved friend of mine, Brannis McKenzie, is a great school teacher. And so when I asked the question once in the class, how would you explain it? She goes, oh, it's simple. It's saying there's no place that God is not. There is no place that God is not. And so then you would add to that, what does that mean to you? So I invite you to come be a part of it, to really look into these words, these phrases. Sometimes, the way folks wrote 100 years ago is a little heady, and we have to be willing to kind of break it down to understand just what do they mean when they say this. But there's this opportunity for us to take that deep dive into owning this faith, this philosophy, this way of living. So now, Bonnie, where'd you go? I'm ready. Okay. I'm going to have you continue on with the other thing that we do well, which is our DEI study.
Okay. And you're going to sit down? Okay. Okay, here we go. The truth of our existence is not hidden in some far-off heaven or reserved for saints and sages. It is alive in us now. The science of mind teaching teaches that we are not separate from the divine, but are unique living expressions of it. Infinite mind is not merely out there in the cosmos. It is the very consciousness breathing and thinking through us. As we awaken to this, life itself becomes holy ground. Every moment, whether radiant with joy or shadowed with challenge, is part of the great unveiling of our divine nature. The purpose of life is not a goal to reach at the end of the road. It is the road itself. Scott Auberry, founder of Spiritual Passages website. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie. Okay, I'd like to have everyone stand and let's sing the congregational song, I Am the Thinker.
I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that change the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. And if you ask me who am I am wisdom, I am light, I am more than meets the eye, I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. And if you ask me what am I am beauty, I am joy, I am more than meets the eye, I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life.
I'm going to ask that you remain standing, and I'm going to ask Clark if he will come up and join me. Clark, on behalf of CSL Visalia, it's from the deepest place in my heart that I say thank you, thank you, thank you for being in service to us over these past several months. Your message is inspirational, as golden as your heart is. And we are excited for you as you are about to approach on this next chapter in your life. So I'm going to ask if you will all turn and face Clark and extend your hands and say, Clark Hawley, we see you. We appreciate you. We thank God for you. We love you. And bon voyage. Give us a message, Clark, after you help me down. Okay, the stage is all yours.
Well, I was going to try to not cry, and that didn't work because the tears are already coming up. Good morning, I am Clark. You know, it is one of the delightful things of life when you plan a talk and half of your talk is already delivered before you stand up and start. Because that welcoming song is just fabulous. It summarizes my welcome for you today because I want to welcome you for the last time in person here that I know of. But who knows, it's a big and wide universe. I'd like to welcome you from A to Z. If you are agnostic, Baptist, Catholic, Druid, Episcopalian, Fundamentalist, Gnostic, Hindu, Islamic, Jewish, Kabbalist, Lutheran, Methodist, Nazarene, Orthodox, Presbyterian, Quaker, religious scientist, Scientologist, Taoist, Universalist, follower of Vishnu, Wesleyan, Xenophon, Gnosticist, or Zen Buddhist, you are welcome in this place right here, right now. Now, being a teacher myself and liking things that rhyme, I would not say that the whole thing about our mission statement is that there's not a place that God is not. I make it rhyme. There's not a spot that God is not. There is not a spot that God is not. So we've got points 1 and 2 of the sermon already taken care of. Our marketing teaser today was join us on a journey of self-realization where the purpose of living is simply to experience life in all its richness and diversity. To understand your intrinsic worth and value, not from achievements or social standards, but simply because you exist. I'd like to start us off with a joke, because that's always the fun part. We're going to talk about the meaning of life today, why you are here. On the first day, God created the dog. Now, this was before he created man, and so the dog did not know how cool we are. You have to keep that as in your perspective. And said, "Dog, I am creating you to sit all day by the door of your house and bark at anyone who comes or walks past. For this, I will give you a lifespan of 20 years. The dog says, "Well, that's a long time to be barking. Well, how about only 10 years, and I'll give you back the other 10. So God agreed. On the second day, God created the monkey and said, "Entertain people, do tricks, and make them laugh. For this, I will give you a 20-year lifespan." And the monkey said, "Monkey tricks for 20 years? That's a pretty long time to perform. How about I give you 10 back, just like the dog did?" And God agreed. On the third dog, God created the cow and said, "You must go into the field with the farmer all day long and suffer under the sun, have calves and give milk to support the farmer's family. For this, I will give you a lifespan of 60 years. And the cow said, "That's kind of a tough life you want me to live for 60 years. How about 20, and I'll give you back the other 40. And God agreed again. On the fourth day, he created man, the bargainer, and said, "Eat, sleep, play, marry, and enjoy your life. For this, I'll give you 20 years. But the man said, "Only 20 years? Could you possibly give me the 20, the 40 the cow gave back, the 10 the monkey gave back, and then the 10 the dog gave back? That makes 80, okay?" "Okay," God said, "you asked for it." A thought is a thing. Remember this. You asked for it. So this is why, for our first 20 years, we eat, sleep, play, and enjoy ourselves. For the next 40 years, we slave in the sun to support our family. For the next 10 years, we do monkey tricks to entertain the grandchildren. And for the last 10 years, we sit on the porch and bark at everyone that goes by. Oh. The purpose of life is to live it, to taste, experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for a newer and richer experience. A quote by Eleanor Roosevelt. And the two most important days in our life are the days that you were born and the day you discover the reason why, by Mark Twain. Many people get caught up in believing that the purpose of life is to live with purpose. I'm going to say that again. Many people get caught up with believing that the purpose of life is to live with purpose. I suggest a less stress-filled option. I gotta live with purpose, I gotta live with purpose, I gotta live with purpose. Puts you in judgment of yourself every day, at every moment, to make sure you're doing things with purpose. What if my mentor, Jim Moore, who brought me to this place many, many, many years ago, taught me that the most powerful words in the world are what if. When he asked me, Clark, what if God doesn't care that much about what you do with your genitals? It was one of the most poignant words, because at the time I was a conservative fundamentalist with a wife, 2 kids, and a minivan. Yes, go ahead and laugh. It's funny that all of this fabulous could be tried to be held into that little container. But he said, what if? What if the purpose of life is just to live? Now, the minister here has a tendency of taking the weekly sermon ideas that the headquarters gives us and doing like a study with it. And so everybody goes over it word by word. So I can never use any of the stuff that they bring because it's already all gone over in detail by people in the room. So I got to come up with all new stuff, but that's okay. I'm a storyteller. What if the purpose of life is to live? I live with an 88-year-old woman who is turning 89. When I moved in with her, she's a practitioner, lives and breathes the science of mind. What a revelation it was. This woman at peace with life, no fear of death, because she's lived her life well. I mean, really well. A practitioner, a mother of 3, a wife of 2, one in a row, not at the same time. Girlfriend of another, a few different careers, and an amazingly healthy life. Like Bill Mock healthy, a really amazingly healthy life. And so she decided that she didn't want to deal with all this sickness and cancer and, all that kind of nonsense, and that she was just going to die in her sleep. And she says, and I'm fine with it. I get diagnosed with something, that's fine, goodbye. I'll just write it on out. Until last October, when I walked in and found her on the floor after in the midst of having a stroke. She was completely paralyzed on the left side. Couldn't smile. I called emergency. They picked her up and brought her to the hospital, and the hospital didn't admit her. They just gave her the miracle shot, that you're supposed to have within an hour or 3 hours of having a stroke. And then they sent her off to Sacramento. I live in Vallejo. They sent her off to Sacramento where the stroke specialist was there, and they went up through her vein and into her brain and sucked out the clot. So instead of 3 years of physical therapy in order to be able to walk again, 2 weeks later, she's drinking tea out of her left hand. It was amazing. A couple of weeks before that, she had been diagnosed with throat and lung cancer. And so she was in the process of figuring out how to get treated for throat and lung cancer. And so she had to wait until she recovered from the stroke in order to go to the doctor to get treated for the throat and lung cancer. She goes and gets treated for the throat and lung cancer, and the doctor gives her these options. You can do this, or you can do this, and you can do this. And this woman, who was completely satisfied with her life, decided that she wanted to live more. Not because she had anything undone. She had done all of the things that she wanted to do. She had had the career. She had had the homes. She had raised the kids. She had made a difference in people's lives. She saved this little old man who thought that his life was over after an 11-year chapter had closed. By the way, the whole life as being chapters, and some are long and some are short, that's a concept that I learned from Rita Mock, who also seems to be sitting here today. It's like it's the perfect day with the perfect people for me, and I'm just celebrating. So, she goes in for her cancer treatments, and she's supposed to have 30 of them. She has 15 of them, radiation, not chemo. So she has 15 of them, catches thrush, can't eat, is hospitalized, has a feeding tube put in, does the feeding tube, and then stops the cancer treatments, recovers, comes home. This all happens while I'm visiting in France. She recovers, she comes home. Then there's a problem with the feeding tube, and the feeding tube has to be removed, and they think they're going to have to put it back in, but she decides that she's not going to make them put it back in, so she's going to learn how to eat again, and she sets her mind to absolutely learn how to do it. The woman has decided that the purpose of living is to live. Her decision. By the way, only half of the cancer treatments, when she went back to get a checkup to see what was going on, no trace of cancer. Half of the prescribed cancer treatments were absolutely enough. Am I convinced that life is a wonderful thing? Am I convinced that there is one Spirit, and that Spirit is alive and vibrant and living in each one of us? I am absolutely and completely convinced. That was actually point number 1. The purpose of living is to live. Point number 2, you get to decide your purpose. A thought is a thing. Nobody can tell you what your purpose is. You get to decide your purpose. And guess what? You can't choose wrong. Now, some of our choices are more productive than others. Some of our choices are less productive than others. But there is no choice that is wrong. My life mentor, Jim Moore, who taught me about what if, taught me that in the vast majority of his life, he found out that one choice is not necessarily better than the other. The results are just different. Should I become a teacher or a therapist? Do I take the train or do I fly? You know what? None of us are world leaders. None of us are emperors. None of us are presidents. So we cannot let the imagined projections of the results of our choices paralyze us from making choices and moving forward. You get to make the choice. We cannot let the fear of making a wrong choice keep us from taking the next logical step. For those of you who know me, I am a recovered addict. What kind of addict, do you ask? Pick. Pick one, and I'm that. I am a recovered methamphetamine addict. I'm a recovered alcohol addict. I'm a recovered sex and love addict. I'm a recovering gambling addict. You name it, I'm an addict. But I was so burnt by conventional religion that I went into 12-step programs, and when they said that I had to turn my will and life over to the care of God as I understood Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out, I rebelled. Do not get the G word on me. And do not call the G word a him. She is fabulous, mind you. So it took me a long time to come to the realization that my problem wasn't with the concept of God, because I really am accepting about the concept of God. I really do mean it when I welcome you and I say, from A to Z, whoever you are, you're welcome here. And wherever you leave and wherever you go, you're welcome to go, and we'll love you. We actually loved you before you came. We'll love you while you're here, and we'll love you after you go. So it wasn't the G word. It was that God's will. Guess what? No matter if God is a guy in the sky, a she from the sea, or an it from the pit, God's will is always for you to do the next right thing. It's always for us to just take the next right step. Now, this isn't right as in right and wrong. This is right as in the most logical and productive. And I don't have to worry about where to send the troops or where not to send the troops. I don't have to worry about who gets the food and who doesn't get the food. I have to worry about how I treat other people and how I treat myself. You know, a couple of thousand years ago, there was this carpenter dude. Oh, all the people at home got to miss things. Aw, that's okay. This is the Center for Spiritual Living. We say the same thing over and over and over again in different ways. It's true. There's not that much truth. You know, we just need to find entertaining ways to share it with one another again. Oh, teacher, teacher, teacher. They knew that the commandment was, Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God is one Lord, and thou shalt love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. Jesus, being the radical that he is, totally left off the whole Israel thing. And he said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. Therein all the fullness of the law lies. This whole religious tradition that was built on such strong religious laws about what you could do on Sunday and what you could do on Saturday and what you could eat and what foods you could eat and not eat, so much so that you were not allowed to spit on Saturday. Because if you spit and your spittle rolled in the ground, that would be called creating a furrow and you'd be farming. And Jesus said, love the Lord your God, whoever she, he, or it may be. Love your neighbor. Love yourself. Therein all the fullness of the law lies. Your choices create the world that you live in. Now, let's talk a little bit about the outside world. And I mean just a little bit. Right now, the outside world seems flipping crazy to me. Absolutely, completely flipping crazy. I'm not even going to go into the stuff that's happening here, because I'm moving to France, into a world where Putin, the head of China, and the head of Korea just had a summit about how wonderful they are and how wonderful it was that China was released from the Japanese. They celebrated the ending of World War II within the framework of the Japanese being defeated and liberating China. so China could rise up to become the #1 world power. So I'm going over to France, real close. All of that craziness, I can influence it by being me and realizing that my control only extends to the ends of me. What I can do is practice the science of mind and the power of mind, and I can know better for you. If you're going through something, I can know better for you. And I can celebrate the good that I know is going to come because you are an expression of the same divine that made all of this in that narrow little tiny band in all of time and space where life can exist. So the purpose of life is to live. You are valuable because you are here. I've said it before and it's worth repeating. This experience of life, the existence of God, the wonder of all there is, was not complete. And so you were born. And in a sense, it's not complete yet. And so your grandchildren were born. And for those of you who have grandchildren, bless you all. It doesn't look like that is in my destiny. However, I do have a lesbian couple in Portland who has decided to ask me to be the grandfather figure in their life. And I got to spend a little time last weekend with Cosmos Joy, the most brilliant, cute, wonderful, and fabulous 17-month-old that the universe has ever produced, because the universe was not complete until Cosmos Joy. So I get a little taste of it without all the responsibility. It's absolutely the best. Right now, I am experiencing life in a sense of wonder and joy that I could not possibly have imagined. And I've had some fabulous things in my life. I was able to serve here on the board. I was able to be the featured speaker in Porterville for 3 years after they asked me to keep the doors open for 3 months. I'm just not a quitter. And Spirit decided to do something completely wonderful, and I happened to be in the right place at the right time. I've been able to raise 2 completely different, marvelous kids. I've been able to teach hundreds, maybe thousands of kids how to read. And now, on October 2nd, I am leaving to go move to France. What originally started out as being in support of my sister, who's always wanted to live in France. And then 10 years ago, she decided she wanted to become an artist. So this woman who could do no more than draw stick figures started taking every art class she possibly could. She moved through sculpture, she moved through pottery, bought a wheel and a kiln. And she moved through jewelry making and moved into drawing to where right now she can make these charcoal portraits that would blow your socks off. Then she decided to move to painting. And now she considers herself an emerging painter. And where does every emerging painter that has ever existed in this world want to live? In France. So she said she was moving to France, and I said, that sounds really, really cool. Can I come visit you for a while? How long can I come? And she said, well, Clark, I was kind of hoping you'd come with. And I said, oh, well, I don't know if I can do that. That's a big commitment. But, I'll come with you and help you get settled for a year or two. And so I decided, I'm a portable person, let's go. So I decided I was going to go for a year or two. Then we had an election. And stuff happened. And then more stuff happened. And then more stuff happened. And now, I don't know if I'm going for a year or two. I am really glad that the universe has provided for my year-long renewable visa, which is the hard part, getting that first year-long renewable visa. Because France is such an incredible bureaucracy, one I not dotted, one T not crossed, and the whole application comes back to you to start over. I got that whole first year done, so we're going. If I don't get arrested, which is much more likely in France than here, if I stay here, I'm going to get arrested. I'm a protester. I'm a crusader, and there's lots to protest and crusade about. So I'm going to go to France, where I'm not going to get arrested. If I don't get arrested for 5 years, then I can apply for French citizenship. My grandfather came to the United States from Italy, and even though Italy is tired of immigrants and has repealed the citizenship by descent from 5 generations to 2 generations, my grandfather makes 2 generations, so I might qualify for Italian citizenship. It's an adventure. But in this adventure, everything is short term. I've only, 6 months ago, I only had 6 months left with my dog before my dog goes back to his other dad and I go off to France because he's too old to travel. Now I have a month left, and every moment that I get to spend with everybody is precious. So precious. So, getting most of my life lessons from musicals because I am a gay man. Moulin Rouge says, the most important thing in life is to learn to love and be loved in return. My purpose is to live, but while I live, I celebrate in the ability to love and be loved in return. And that offer of love that Jack gave me at the beginning, I offer back to you with all of my heart. I love you, and I'm glad to be here with you. Namaste.
Thank you, Clark. That was an inspirational talk. That was the best talk I've heard here in a long time, so thank you for that. I even took some notes. So some words I'm going to remember for a while. Okay, let's introduce special music. And Let Go of the Shore.
Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. You have all you need, it's all inside of you. Just close your eyes and breathe and know that you are safe. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. No need to make a plan, your heart will be your compass. Just lift your sails in faith and trust that you will arrive. Let go of the shore, and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore, and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore, and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Float into the mystery. Float into the mystery.
Thank you, Donna and Kevin. Donna vocals, Kevin on piano. Thank you. That was beautiful. Okay, I'd like to ask our two ushers to come forward. And I'd like to ask the congregation to read the prosperity prayer with me. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. Today, I expect every good thing to come to me, for I know that divine abundance is forever manifesting itself in my affairs. I am keeping my whole mind and thought and expectation open to new experiences, to happier events, to a more complete self-expression. Everything that belongs to Spirit, I accept. Everything that partakes of the nature of divine reality, I claim as my own. I identify with success, and I prosper in everything I do. As I give thanks for the good now flowing into my life, I gladly share that good with others. The more I give, the more I receive. I experience a deeper consciousness of peace and security, for I know that I am in the embrace of a warm, loving presence. My cup runneth over. I exist in limitless possibility. Thank you. Okay. Ushers, go ahead. Okay, if you'd like to give a little background music, I guess. Thank you. Okay, and if you'd like to donate to the Center for Spiritual Living, Visalia, go to www.cslvisalia.org and click on the donate button. Or mail a check to CSL Visalia, 117 South Locust, Visalia, California, 93291. And once you're giving your gift, go ahead and please come forward, and we will get together our peace circle. So go ahead, and once you give, come on up. Reverend Jack is going to bless the gifts.
Once we are all in our circle and we've joined hands, simply repeat after me. We bless these gifts and give them graciously, knowing their good expands the truth. And so it is. So we have a tradition at CSL Visalia where we come together at each service at the end and we sing our benediction. And our benediction is a reminder that what Clark said is that life is an inside-out job, that peace truly begins right in here. And when others hear us singing it, proclaiming it, knowing that peace begins with me, they start to believe that peace begins with them. And if they believe that peace begins with them and they sing it, someone hears them and believes it. And that's how that little ripple becomes a worldwide change. So join us as we sing, Let There Be Peace on Earth. Kevin? Thank you, everyone. I'm going to throw this man into the wash pit, hug him up, give him some good loving, and send him over.
As you go, know that you are blessed, and remember, Clark has a guest room in France. Everyone I see is welcome for a week or less. Love you all.